Hey, it's a Saint. How are you going? It's been a long time, hasn't it? I lost a few things. A hat, a pair of sunglasses, and I don't know why. And I have somebody here right next to me who has not been next to me for a very long time. You guessed it. It's William Kensington, 25, who has come a few thousand kilometres just to see me.
Hello
How are you, William?
YouTubers, Kensington25 here. I'm great. It's great to be back with the Saint Fletcher. And you know what? It's wonderful to be back in my favourite city, Sydney, Australia. How you doing?
And Sydney's favourite resident and ambassador to the UK, who's going to Canberra to cohort with the other ambassadors again next week, and a senator. Can we talk about that?
We can indeed. Hopefully I'm interviewing a very good senator, well, somebody I quite like, Senator Doug Cameron. So I'm going there, hopefully an interview very soon, but over the next few weeks I'll be uploading my videos of Canberra and Sydney to give you an update on what's been going on. But it's great to be back in this beautiful Emerald City and of course here in the Cross.
So is this a good Cameron or a disappointing Cameron like the one in London?
This is a good Cameron. I don't agree with him on everything and I'm not really party political, but he's a man that interests me because being a POM myself, he's from the UK, he moved here, and I like to interview expats who've done well in Australia, find out a bit about his life. But being back here, it feels like I never left. There's a couple of changes, but Sydney is still Sydney, and love it or hate it,
does it?
It never changes. I think it's a fabulous city, and I feel I've come home.
So you have a place in Athlone in Ireland. We haven't talked about this at all. Athlone, where is that?
Well, Athlone's about 70 miles sort of south from Dublin, maybe a little
is that
bit
all?
west.
70?
70, I know. About an hour and 20 minutes from Dublin Airport.
Wow.
It's beautiful. It's on the River Shannon. It's a town of something like 40,000 people in Westmeath, County Westmeath. Very friendly place, one of the best Thai restaurants I've been to, beautiful Lebanese, quite cosmopolitan for that part of Ireland. Up and coming, but of course because of the economic collapse in Ireland, property is very cheap, and it's a great place to escape to from London.
Okay, so you got in at a good time, and hopefully if you decide to sell one day and retire somewhere else, you'll get a good deal.
Absolutely.
Get a four-leaf clover and you never know. I mean,
Clover more.
And it's a few days from St. Patrick's Day, that other saint. Yes.
Well, you know, it could be worth something in a few years, but I would love to be back here in Sydney. I hope to move back. So you're not saying it's 100%.
You're saying permanently or semi-permanently? Or?
I never say always.
Never
it's
say
like saying never say
ever.
never. I never say permanent, but indefinitely permanent. If that makes any sense. It's a bit of a contradiction, but I love it here. It's great to be back.
Because you're such a globe trotter these days, you know. Whenever I see you in another city, any interesting stories like Russia? I mean, you really loved Russia, didn't you?
I loved Russia. Russia was beautiful. We were there when they were protesting at Putin's election and his victory, and I managed to get my camera out and I filmed the protests, and that was quite interesting because you see them on the news, and when you're actually in the middle of that protest and you're with the protesters, you feel you're almost part of the news story. But it was funny, I didn't really feel threatened at any time. But it was fascinating to watch and seeing people being arrested, seeing people protest. And then you go home and you go on the internet, you see it on the BBC or the ABC website. And it's often interesting to compare notes between what you read and what you actually see.
And you're having quite a winter in the UK at the moment. It's been snowing a fair bit in London. How much snow is it more than usual? It's usually 1 or 2 days, but it's been more than usual this year.
We've had a lot of snow. When I left London a week and a half ago, it was about 4 degrees. That was pretty warm. For London, freezing though. I had my scarf on, I had my thick coat on. I then flew to Sydney. It was something like 30, 31 degrees. Absolutely wonderful. But the most amazing time was about 6-7 years ago. I flew from, it's beginning of March, the coldest time in London, and I flew direct to Alice Springs, and it was like 35 degrees. Got off the plane, I was sweltering, could hardly breathe. Now that was pretty extreme. One extreme to another. The sublime to the ridiculous.
Yeah, it's actually harder than you think, going from cold to hot. It's actually hard to breathe. I've done that the other way around. and you're on your back, it's sort of
It's
you actually feel quite sick.
It's true.
But
It's true.
and you've also been travelling around. Where have you been
I
travelling?
went to Madrid.
Yeah.
I went to France, and it was in France. I don't know if any of you have seen any of my other videos. I had surgery
Oh, yeah.
on my right shoulder.
In France.
I got sick in France. I had a flare up. I'd already been ill. I had a
that's
flare
right.
up. I had to come back to London. Couldn't move my shoulder. I couldn't move my right arm. Ended up having surgery last November. But I can do that. I want to be
Wow,
careful how I
that's
put my
all
hand
right.
up, in case people get the wrong idea. So like that. But this side, my left side, is deteriorating. So I'm getting surgery in April. Best thing I've done. I'm terrified of hospitals. I hate needles. I hate all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But if I can do it, anybody can do it. And I needed. Not everybody needs surgery. It's a last resort. It is a last resort. Try every alternative if you can. But I needed it. No regrets, and I'll do it again in a jiffy.
Well, you can put your hand up now.
Yeah, look, I put my hand up. Yes, sir.
There you go. Are you right-handed?
I am right-handed, and it's funny because when I lost all movement in my right side, I managed to learn for almost everything to do with my left hand in about 2 or 3 days. When you need to do something, it's amazing how fast you can learn it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I've broken my right arm about half a dozen times. It's always my right arm. I don't know why, but it's not pleasant.
I couldn't do shoelaces though. Putting a shirt on was agony. Simple things, agony. I had to have everything arranged in cupboards so that I could reach them easily. But you learn to adapt, and it's amazing what you're capable of when you actually need to do something and it's vital.
Yeah, yeah,
We're very resourceful.
yeah. Humans are. So that's giving John a bit of a break.
Yep,
Yeah, that's good.
absolutely.
Well, we're having beautiful weather here in Sydney, and good time to be here. And busy schedule for everyone, and there's a YouTube gathering in a few days. Good to see Z getting motivated.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of gatherings next weekend. There's one at midday with Z Moulton,
Right.
and I think there's one at 3 with Loz.
Oh,
And I think that probably happened. One will lead to the other. So if you're in Sydney next Saturday, come on down. One begins at midday. I think it's the Town Hall steps. Come along. One will lead to another. Come along. It'd be great to see you. I'll be there, and well, have a great week.
well, I think that's about all we've got to say at the moment. So until next time, hopefully it'll be less than a year.
Hooroo! Cheerio!